Hello everybody, and welcome to Paranormasight, the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. We're going to continue from where we left off, and I don't really remember where that was. Oh yeah, we reached a point here that we couldn't do any more. And there was an option here. Oh. Okay, I got an achievement for playing the game after 3 days. Sure, why not? Okay, yeah, we'll start Tetsuo Tsutsumi's playthrough here. What do we got? Tetsuo Tsutsumi, Chief Inspector of the Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division. Is investigating the mysterious death of the fellow officer. He visits the scene of the incident, the former Yasuda Gardens, with his subordinate Jun Erio. Let's go. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 11 PM. Former Yasuda Gardens, yep. Right, this all checks out so far. Hey boss, forensics is all done. The crime scene is clean. The other officers have all gone home now. It's just us now. The park should be able to open back up tomorrow like nothing ever happened. I doubt it'll get many visitors after everything that's happened. You'd be surprised. Lots of people love that kind of thing. I bet they'll be lining up to get in. Occult stuff is really popular right now. Did you not know that, boss? Sounds stupid. Well, it's not exactly rooted in science, but if ghosts really did exist, we could just ask them who the perp is. Somehow, I doubt it'd be that simple. Oh, but you know, I've heard that high school girls are really into the spirit board thing these days. Supposedly, you can call on spirits and talk to them by using a board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? You can try it out yourself if you're so interested. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go sometime, boss. What now? Stop messing around. You really think we're going to solve this case by moving a coin across a scrap of paper? Sounds like you know all about it. We gotta be open-minded. What if that's how police work is going to be from now on? Don't make me laugh. Listen up, Ario. You can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. I don't care if it was ghosts, or the occult, or what. Whoever, or whatever it was that did this, I'll get them. I promise you that. Well, you've got the right attitude, but we don't even know if this is a murder yet. Biases weaken our judgment. Get too fixated on one thing and you stop seeing everything else. Aye aye, boss. So, now that we've finished investigating the scene, let's review what we know. Now? It's getting late. I figured we'd head straight home from here. Come on, we've got to go over all the info we've gathered. And what a better place to do that than here at the scene of the crime, where we can soak up the atmosphere. Soak up the atmosphere? What the hell's there to soak up? You must be really into this occult stuff, if you get off on being in a place like this. Wait, you mean being somewhere like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way. No, don't turn this around on me. I'm not the weird one here. Cripes. Cripes, that's a word you don't hear very often anymore. Fine. Let's get this over with. Aye aye, boss. Alright, let's have a look at our surroundings. The former Yasuda Gardens here in Yokoami Ichome were originally built as part of a daimyo's estate back in the Edo period. The park became city property a number of years ago and underwent extensive renovations. There's not a soul around at this time of night. Quiet doesn't even begin to describe it. Alright, what can we... We can look around. Is there anything to look at? We can look at the pond. This pond, they say it used to flow into the Sumida River, but the river became so polluted that they cut it off. Okay, well, that was the pond. Yeah, just the surroundings and the pond. And June, obviously. Oh, AI viewers, twitchmax.com. No, I don't think so. Let's... warn, timeout, ban. Good stuff. Alright. Cool. Jun Erio, a detective in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division. His rank is Sergeant. This is his first time leading a case. It's like he graduated from rookie to newbie. He looks put together on the outside, but acts like a kid most of the time. Honestly, the force could use more people like him. And what if we have a little think? I've got a bad feeling about this case, and my gut is really wrong. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment we were dragged into it. Alright, let's talk about the case. So, early in the morning yesterday, a staff member found the victim collapsed here in the park and called the police when they realised he was dead. While there were no obvious external wounds, the fact that he was a police officer and the evidence of a struggle means it is likely that this was a murder. The Sumida office sent it over to us since it involved the death of an officer, and we were tasked with the investigation. What we need to do is figure out what happened and whether there was foul play involved. I think that about sums things up. Okay, let's talk about the victim. The victim is Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division of the Sumida City Community Safety Bureau, 27 years old, single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles and education. His rank was a senior police officer. You knew him well, didn't you? What was he like? Yes, we were in the academy together. We still went out for drinks every month or two. He could be a little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. For better or worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. The man always showed empathy, and I heard he was popular with the locals for it. He treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great track record when it came to rehabilitation. Sounds like we lost a good one. Yes, we did. We truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like this could happen, but it's never easy when it happens for real. I know the feeling. He didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of our class. Only problem was that he took on so much he had the most unfinished paperwork too. I always felt we'd need an unusual guy like him to help us solve all our unusual cases. Okay, let's have a look. Hajime Yoshimi, sex male, occupation community safety officer. Kursako non, again, on account of him being dead. Hajime was a police officer at this, with this... I'm really struggling to read today. This is going to go really well for a game that is 99% reading. Here we go. Hajime was a police officer with the Sumida City Community Safety Bureau and was primarily responsible for the juvenile and education cases. He held the rank of head patrol officer and entered the force at the same time as Jun Erio. Hajime was found dead under mysterious circumstances at the former Yasuda Gardens early in the morning yesterday. Once a rebellious gang member himself, Yoshimi turned his life around and used his own experiences to connect with troubled youth as a police officer. While his appearance and demeanour suggested a man who was rough around the edges, he was a passionate, loyal and caring man at heart. Looked up to as big brother by his peers, Yoshimi achieved stellar results in his work with juvenile cases, but his consistently sloppy paperwork and less than formal attitude essentially doomed his career and had him writing formal apologies on the regular. He left behind a fiancée whom he'd been dating since high school. Don't worry, you're plenty unusual yourself. Me? I was the most normal of my classmates. Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy a long time ago. There was one even weirder than you? Oh, wow, okay, we've got quite a lot going on here, so we'll continue finding out about the case, I suppose. But, boss, yeah? Is this case really important enough to assign to someone from the investigation division? I mean, a friend of mine died, so it's important to me, but it's all up to the higher-ups. I'm sure they've got their reasons. Boss, you know something, don't you? It'll all become clear in time. Try not to worry about it too much. Thinking about it, the only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must have been something special about him, right? Maybe. Maybe he knew something wasn't supposed to. Some kind of secret or something. Isn't that right? You're pretty sharp sometimes, you know that? If you've picked up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself. We'll continue on with the case. Well, it's our duty to get to the bottom of a suspicious death, especially one involving an officer. Okay, well, I guess that was the end of the case. What about the victim? Hajime was quite the bad boy in school. Apparently he ended up with the police a lot. He said the officer in charge was good to him, helped him get back on track. The reason he wanted to become a cop was to pay his kindness forward. Said it was the first time he ever took his studies seriously. What is going on? Sorry, just 1 second. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's a good story. Love that kind of thing. Makes me want to have a drink in his honor. Please don't make fun of my dead friend. Hey, I said in his honor. You should aspire to become the kind of cop people miss when they die in the field. You say that like it's a sure thing I'll die. Besides, if I end up biting it, I'm sure you'll be the one who misses me most, boss. Come on, don't be like that. You'll hurt morale. Well, I guess how much I'll miss you depends on how this investigation goes. I can already see it. Ario, no! Why'd you have to go and get yourself killed? I have no idea what's going on in that head of yours. Yeah, that'll be a sight to see. I can't wait. You can't wait for your own death? Get it together, kid. Sheesh, you really are something. Thank you? What about the victim's family? The Yoshimi family is from Kitasenju in Adachi City, but Hajime's parents died a long time ago. He lived there all alone, no siblings or anything. I went to his house a few times for drinks. I was surprised. It's this huge, old-looking place. Like, you know, the kind of place that seems super haunted. And he lived there alone? It looked like the home of an old noble family. It was hard to imagine him being a delinquent, being such a delinquent, living in a house like that. There's that bias I was talking about. If he's from an old family, I'm sure things were complicated. That's a bias too. He never talked about any of that, even when we were drunk, so I don't know much about it. Oh, one more thing. Yeah? Hajime was engaged. He'd been seeing his fiancée ever since they were in high school. Over 10 years. They'd just started talking about getting married. What was her name again? He showed me a picture once. She was a beautiful woman. That's so. How terrible for her. But she may know if there had been anything going on with him lately. We should speak to her. Yeah, his fiancée may have been his only confidant. I'm sure someone at the Sumida Police Department has already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. Alright, what else we got going on? Hey, boss? I looked into the case that Hajime was running. Oh, great, that's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Hajime working on the day he died? Well, according to his report from the day before, he had 2 cases involving 2 juveniles. Uh-huh. The first was the suicide of a high school girl who jumped off a building in Kamezawa last week. Ah, yeah, I did hear about that. The girl's name was Michio Shiraishi. She was a second-year student at Komagata High School. But it seems as though Hajime had contact with her even before this incident. So she'd been troubled for some time. That's the thing. About a month ago, he happened to see her walking around town. She looked upset, so he struck up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what. Must have been trouble at home. That's what he thought too. It seems he visited her home and spoke to her parents, but they said there was no problem, so there was nothing else he could do. And now she's dead. Then it's possible he could have prevented her suicide then. He must have been devastated. And that's why he was looking into this Michio Shiraishi again. He must have thought something terrible had happened that drove her to end her life. But ultimately, he never reported the findings of his investigation. I see. And you're thinking it may have something to do with his death? We'll have to find out what it is Hajime discovered. Right, let's check with the Sumida Police Department about that tomorrow too. And what was the other case he was working? This one is also related to a Komagata High student. A troublemaker named Hitomi Okuda. She seems to be the leader of a group of kids who get up to no good. Juvenile delinquency. Fun. She was pretty bad for a while. Multiple charges of destruction of property, assault and battery, you name it. Hajime had been working with her for about 6 months, and she was finally starting to open up. Then he met with the girl the day he died. Well, every school's got its problems. But I'm sure he'd be worried about how she'd get on without him. Right. Just when she'd finally found an adult she could trust. She might act out without someone to help her get through this. We'll have to make sure the Sumida Community Safety Bureau does their job. But, we can't rule out the possibility that meeting with this delinquent girl had something to do with his death. Then we'll have to interview her too. Ah, yes, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive, after all. I'll ask Sumida to introduce us tomorrow. Though, who knows if they'll actually let us talk with her. That's what we hired you for. Lay a little boyish charm on them if they need convincing. Ah, yeah, I'm sure they prefer me over a scary-looking old man like you, boss. Watch it. I'm still your superior. You ought to act like you respect me, at least. Oh, I thought I was. You were? Shit, is that just how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed. It's probably just me, actually. Well, don't think you can get away with that with other people. So anyway, boss. Were you even listening? We've got quite a bit to look into tomorrow. First, the 2 Komagata High School students that Hajime was handling. And we need to speak with his fiancée as well. I believe that's it for tomorrow. Alright, we've got notes on Hajime Yoshimi. Case notes regarding the death of Hajime Yoshimi, police officer with the Sumida Police. Summary. Body found at Formi Suda Gardens. Estimated time of death 2 days prior at approximately 11 AM. Cause of death acute heart failure. Cause unknown. Signs of a struggle found at the scene. Efforts to locate witnesses underway. Body discovered by groundskeeper. Currently investigating the fiancée of the deceased and 2 female students from Komagata High School that the deceased had contact with as persons of interest. Neat. Alright, what else we got? Cause of death. As for the cause of death, we won't know until the autopsy is done. From what we've seen, though, it did appear to have some kind of acute heart failure. But since he had no record of chronic illness and had no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved. Dying in the middle of the park like that, it certainly seems suspicious. We found signs of a struggle at the scene, as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. We've got people trying to identify those prints. If we can find who they belong to, we might be able to figure this whole thing out. Yes, wouldn't that be nice if that were the end of it? The only things Hajime had on him were his badge and his wallet in his pockets. So we can rule out a mugging. Though there probably aren't many people who think to try mugging a cop as big as him. I've also heard that Hajime got into a fair few fights in his younger days. He started judo once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly. Sounds like the perp would have had to have been pretty strong to take on Hajime. Alright, anything else about the cause of death? Time of death was around 11 PM 2 days ago, outside of the park's operating hours, of course. His body was found early in the morning yesterday. 11 PM the day before yesterday. What was Hajime doing here? Doing out here at that time in the first place? So, like I say, reading is not my strong point right now. Let's just say I'm tired. We'll go with that. That's the question, isn't it? The entrance to the park is closed after hours, but it's a small gate that'd be fairly easy for him to get through if he really wanted to. That would, of course, be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss? Someone called him here? It's hard to imagine a cop like Hajime would trespass for no reason. And since it seems like someone else was here with him, could they have called him here? Oh, that does seem likely. They must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. So Hajime met someone here to discuss something in secret. And then they got into a fight? No, that wouldn't match the cause of death. There were no wounds on the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. The perp must have planned something. Then you think it was meditated? That would mean they called Hajime to the park with the intent to kill him? Well, there is still the possibility that it was just some kind of accident. Maybe the perp tried to threaten Hajime and things went south from there. We should be able to get a clear picture once we know exactly what killed him. Right. But either way, I'm so glad you're back in the First Division, boss. I've always admired your work. You were like a god to me. You were the whole reason I became a detective in the first place. Yeah, about that. People have been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but... Yes, that's because it's true. I couldn't believe you got transferred out of the first, just as I was assigned to it. So getting to work a case like this now, just the two of us, is a dream come true. Happy as I am to hear that, well, how should I put it? What is it? If that's true, I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. Huh? But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going senile, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about, when you run your mouth like that. It's getting late, you must be sleepy. Don't worry, boss. I'll make sure we get out of here soon. Yeah, I get it. I've been wowed by your shrewd detecting abilities all day today. Oh really? Funny, I've been wowed by you too. On the topic of family, what's yours like, boss? What the hell's wrong with you, prying into my personal life all of a sudden? It's just, I've never heard you talk about them, or anything. Oh, are you single? Shut it, that's none of your business. Well, ever since I've joined the force, I've been thinking. The department really pressures young officers to get married. I wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that, though, How should I know? I caved to the pressure myself and got married 20-something years ago. Huh? So then? God, you're relentless. She took our daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't believe she'd give up a guy like you. I was never home much. Too focused on work. I'd come home late, only to get called right back out again. Plus, being a cop is dangerous work. I don't blame her for getting fed up with it all. How sad. Especially when you're out here putting your life on the line. Oh, is that why you transferred out of the first? It was already too late by then. You better be careful, Ario. You say that, but there's not much I can do, is there? It's the nature of our job. There aren't many who can really understand it. Not unless they're involved with police work themselves, or related to someone who is. But wait, you have a daughter, boss? You really think I want to talk to her after all that? Have some sense. Come on, I promise, I don't mean this the way it sounds, but how old is she? Jeez, you don't know when to quit, do you? At least try not to look so intrigued. She's a bit rough around the edges. I think most men are intimidated by her. Last I heard, she's living by herself and going to college. Wow, a college student. Men love an educated lady. Stop that. What kind of cop are you making baseless assumptions like that? She's living on her own, though, huh? You must worry about her. Worry? I don't even know where she lives. Oh, so she hasn't seen you. Probably because she knows you'd follow around everywhere. I would not, I don't think. Come on now, we both know that's not true. Listen here. You may look like a mean old man, but you sure have a soft side. What? Is that supposed to be a compliment? I can't keep up with you. We're done talking about this. Oh, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been around the time of the Najima murder. You know your history. Yeah, that happened a year or two after our wedding. You were the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? We studied the case at the academy. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested. All that was just... cracking the case, finding the guy, it was all just happenstance. I'd really rather not think about it. It was a disturbing case. Did it not make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy? It did. We were all terrified. Sounds about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we had overlooked one little thing, we may never have caught him at all. I think I remember hearing that there was only one charge brought against him in the end. That's right, we didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no way that such a meticulously planned crime could have been there first, but... we may have stuck Fumichika Nejima in a cell, but it was no victory. He always had the upper hand. And all the damage he did to everyone involved, especially the victim's classmates. It's already been 20 years, huh? God damn it. That's why I try not to think about it. I'm sorry. So, all this occult stuff. Have you heard about it, boss? What are you talking about? The rite of resurrection thing that everyone's talking about. No, not you two. I've been hearing about that shit everywhere. Oh, you have? That's surprising. Who cares what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with our job. But don't you think the occult stuff with this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? The whole thing started right here in Honjo, in Samina City. So I thought that maybe... cut it out. Nothing good can come of getting involved with that rite of whatever, or that record of fates. Sounds like you know all about it. Boss, are you secretly into the occult? Stop that, seriously. This isn't a joke. I get why you'd be intrigued by something called the Rite of Resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but... bringing the dead back to life, that's the stuff of fantasy. It's not real. So don't go hoping for miracles, got it? Okay, well, we've talked about everything. Have a think? Got a bad feeling about this case, and my gut is rarely wrong. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment we were dragged into it. Well, we've talked about all these. Is there something we're missing? I'm not seeing anything that we've missed. We've talked about the case. Talked about the victim. We talked about the cause of death. Talked about me. And we talked about the occult. Yeah, okay. Normally things just proceed now. I don't know what else there is to do. Yeah, we've read all the files. Like, there isn't anything else. Right? Oh. I saw it. Seen. This is where the victim was found. It's clean now. Almost feels like nothing happened here at all. But once an incident like this has come to pass, there's no going back. Not that knowing is any consolation. Well, boss, I think that about does it. Right, let's call it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh my god, what is that? Huh? Boss, what's wrong? Don't tell me you're going senile. Damn it, it was that case all along. Boss, what is it? Is there something over there? Ah! Such deep sorrow. A resentful memory is flowing into my mind. Those who decide with falsehoods and untruths are hung up forever in eternal darkness. Kill them! Kill them! Those who spread lies, kill them all! You've acquired the power of the Curse Stone, the Evergreen Beach. You can use it to kill those who intentionally try to mislead you. Ooh, okay. Use the curse button when someone lies to you. Neat! Yep, we've read all this before. Curse power. Kills by hanging one who tries to mislead the curse bearer with false statements. A resentful memory. He deceived us with his so-called rite of resurrection. The man who tricked the people with his false dark arts swings from a rope. They'd thought that the man had escaped for the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging from the garden of that daimyo's mansion that morning. The man, a local named Jinkichi, was known for his kind temperament and skill in crafting Netsuke clasps. While his life wasn't always easy, he was optimistic, the type to smile through whatever life threw at him. He was the kind of man who would take care of those who didn't have anyone else to rely on. The prosperity of that ukiyo-e boom must have been what fanned the flames of his greed. The old craftsman was found in a miserable state, as if sentenced to some cruel fate. Perhaps he'd ended his own life, unable to bear the weight of his crime. But dead men tell no tales, and the people thought of him as a bad man, even in death. He hung there for days, till his neck stretched horrifically, a visage of pain still etched on his face. It was clear he must have struggled greatly as he died, his flesh marked with dark scars where the rope wrapped around his whole body. The beech's leaves do not fall, and neither did the man's body hanging from it. As the mansion's owner was not at home, another unfortunate event. The people held their tongues, fearing divine punishment, but the rumors persisted nonetheless. Ugh! A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Now. Kill. Can you hear it, Curse-bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Kill them. Does he desire the right? I think he's like the one person who doesn't. Boss. Boss. Or at least going off what he said, he doesn't. Boss, what's the matter? Don't tell me you really went senile. Sorry. I'm fine. Ario. Yes? I have some bad news. Oh no, your senility is kicking in, isn't it? No, we've got a bit of trouble on our hands. Looks like we'll be working some overtime. We're not going home tonight. Huh? What are you talking about? Jan. Ooh. Okay. This is really wet. Why is it so wet? Okay. We'll continue on. Follow that same Hunt for the Curse Bearers Part 1. Hunt for the Curse Bearers Part 1, Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Summary of previous events. Tsutsumi and Jun are sorting through the facts at the scene of Officer Hajime Yoshimi's mysterious death. Tsutsumi denies the existence of a rite of resurrection until the curse echo of the Evergreen Beach appears before them. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 12 AM. I don't know why my nose is so itchy. For Miyasuda Gardens. Okay, so let me get this straight, boss. The rite of resurrection really exists? And to use it, You have to kill people using the power of curses from the mysteries of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. And the curse you have is from the story of the Evergreen Beach that's told in this area. Is that right? Yeah, pretty much. You're quick on the uptake. You weren't your usual silly self when you were explaining, so I knew you were telling the truth. I'm never silly. The only thing I have trouble believing is that you're taking this occult stuff seriously now. I mean, talk about paranormal. I thought you didn't believe in any of that. It's not that I don't believe in it. My familiarity with it is why I've tried not to get too close. Are you just being a sore loser? Not used to admitting you were wrong? Oh, shut up and listen to me. No point in trying to hide things anymore. We won't get anywhere if you don't understand this, so listen up. Please, just listen. You don't have to keep saying it, I'm listening. We don't have time to waste. We'll talk as we walk. Hey, wait for me, boss. Hell yeah. I guess we're going to Ryogoku Bridge. I'm loving this music. This is great. Sorry, I just want to double check one thing. You're telling the truth, right? This isn't a side effect of your senility? It's the truth. Not like I can prove it, though. Revealing the existence of a secret department is against the rules, even to a fellow cop. But this is an emergency. I need his help. I'll tell him. Okay, that's just going to be the same thing. He's not stupid, but he sure can be slow sometimes. Though I think that positivity of his may come in handy at some point. I'm sure you already know this, but this is top secret. No sharing it with anyone. Right, you can trust me not to. But no, I just can't believe it. I heard rumors that you used to be a member of the secret division attached to the Security Bureau. Can't believe we'd actually have a department called Paranormal Affairs. Yeah, I'm sure it comes as a shock. I couldn't believe it myself. I thought the higher-ups were messing with me. Really had me worried for a while there. No, this is incredible. That's the whole reason I became a cop. I was always fascinated by secret agencies and stuff. You serious? But thinking about it, it totally makes sense. If curses and spirits really do exist, then of course we'd need a special department to protect citizens from them. You seem a bit too eager to believe all this. And hang on, I thought you joined up because of me. Come on, boss. Do you only have one favourite food? You can like more than one thing. Yeah, whatever. In any case, the official stance is the supernatural doesn't exist, so Paranormal Affairs operates in secret. Still, not sure why they stuck me there. Those 4 years, I worked nothing but cases involving the supernatural. We've got the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. Although officially called the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department Security Division Special Security Unit Paranormal Affairs Bureau, it is more commonly referred to as simply as Paranormal Affairs. Only a handful of people know of its existence, even within the police force. As the name suggests, it specializes in the investigation and resolution of cases involving paranormal phenomena. Since the existence of paranormal phenomena is not public knowledge, nor is it readily believed by the general population, the Bureau's activities are conducted in the utmost secrecy. Currently, there are only 5 members, including the Chief. The Bureau has a network of psychic contacts across the country who assist with their cases, including Mio Kurosuzu. Oh yeah, Mio. Well, she died. Or maybe she hasn't died yet. Or maybe we can save her. Who knows? The Bureau undertakes investigations into any suspicious stories that cross their desk, though the vast majority turn out to be hoaxes. Due to the sheer volume of cases, close-lipped, experienced detectives without paranormal abilities of their own, such as Tetsuo Tsutsumi, are sometimes assigned to investigate. The current Chief of Paranormal Affairs is a man named Kuiru Nakagoshi. He was born to a family of psychics who have been involved in keeping the world safe from paranormal phenomena for generations, and has served as Mio Kurosuzu's mentor since discovering her. Kuiru is an elusive figure. Very few have met him in person, and he is rarely seen in the office. It is said that this is because he has oft been the target of curses. However, some theorize it is in fact because Koiru is not actually of flesh and blood at all. His seat in the office is usually occupied by a Nue, a legendary creature found in Japanese folklore. The Nue resembles an ordinary white thrush and acts as Koiru's messenger, leading to bizarre scenes of police officers earnestly reporting their findings to a bird. The term Nakagoshi case refers to a code name used to refer to cases under investigation by Paranormal Affairs. That's all very bizarre. But sure, let's go with it. Oh, we've got... Oh, Jun Erio. I don't know how we haven't had this up until now, but we've got it now. The fresh-faced police detective that Shogo Oike met at Midoricho Park. Jun is a young detective with the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division, with the rank of Sergeant. We have read this. Oh, maybe it's this... Have we read this? Maybe. Jun encountered a curse echo while investigating the mysterious death of his colleague Hajime Yoshimi in the former Yasuda Gardens with Tetsuo Tsutsumi. When Tetsuo explained to him that the supernatural is real, he accepted this fact without a moment's hesitation and vowed to help his partner solve the case. Born to a relatively well-off household, Jun developed a healthy sense of self-esteem and an optimistic outlook on life. Although watching action movies and detective series as a child instilled in him a desire to help those in need, it was the sight of Tetsuo Tsutsumi, who was in charge of investigating a case Jun was involved in as a student, that truly inspired him to become a police officer. While Jun still maintains a strong respect for Tetsuo, he also gets much enjoyment out of making casual cracks to get a rise out of the veteran officer. As an adult, Jun continues to hold on to the faint hope that the world is as he pictured in his youth. A thrilling place in which superhuman heroes do battle against secret evil organizations. He attended the police academy with Richter Kai, who is now a private investigator. The two initially became friends when Jun found Richter holed up in the reference room scouring over old crime data, and invited him to go bowling, a popular pastime during this era. And then of course, we've got that's us, Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Sex male, occupation chief inspector, curse echo, the Evergreen Beach. The gruff police detective that Shogo Oike met at Midoricho Park. Tetsuo is a veteran detective with the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division. He was possessed by the Evergreen Beach curse echo while investigating the former Yasuda Gardens. Previously a member of the secret Paranormal Affairs Bureau within the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department Security Division, he makes use of this experience to investigate the ongoing large-scale curse incident with his partner Jun Erio. Rather than sitting behind a desk, Chief Inspector Tsutsumi always worked in the field as he moved his way up the police force. Behind his stern face lies a compassionate man, ever prepared to help his fellow officers. That same attentiveness to his work and colleagues, however, cost Tetsuo his marriage several years ago. Tetsuo has a penchant for candy and desserts, which he tries but fails to conceal from other officers at the risk of appearing soft. He delights in buying local sweets whenever he is sent to investigate a case, and would often volunteer to be dispatched to distant locations to acquire them while he was with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. He's also surprisingly knowledgeable about current trends, a trait he puts down to investigation-related research, but which is actually spurred by his wish to have something to discuss with his daughter. Interesting. I think the girl from the first bit is his daughter. That's where I'm at. Yeah. Okay. Still not much to talk. Okay. So, do you have it? Have what? Spirit sense, of course. Are you what they call spiritually gifted? Nope. I've never felt anything at all. Even if I did, I'd be a lightweight at best. One beer and I'm down for the count. Oh. Huh. Is that how people in the field quantify someone's spirit sense? Like how much liquor they can handle? Okay, this is really... Yeah, okay. Nope, that's just me. Thought it'd help to get the point across. Oh. Huh. Sorry, seems like I keep disappointing you. No, it's not your fault, boss. At the risk of disappointing you yet again, I'll tell you one more thing. Spirit sense is usually something you're born with. It's tough to develop it later on. What? So there's no hope for me? No, say it isn't so. Of course you were interested. Well, you never know. You may have some hidden potential. I know there's a high schooler who's got so much spirit sense that she works on the front lines. I say work, but she wasn't paid because it was supposedly part of her training. Yikes. That seems like it'd be in violation of Article 69 of the Labour Standards Act. Nice. Nice. Wow, you really know the law. No comment. Even if the occult field has workers' rights issues, huh? So, what do we do now? We've got this rite of resurrection and the curse echoes of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. The curses being spread out around this city is a bit of emergency. It's that bad? I'll put it this way, it's like handing out guns all over town. Jeez, that's real bad. It is. So we need to find the source and put a stop to it before something terrible happens. Usually that'd be a job for paranormal affairs, but I talked to them on our way here. The main team is tied up till tomorrow night. So they told me to deal with it myself. Said I'd be fine, since I have some experience. What? Then that overtime you mentioned means... Yep, you're gonna help me, partner. Alright, let's do this. You seem a bit too eager to dive into all this. You really have no reservations on working a case you know nothing about? You said this was an emergency. I didn't think we had a choice. I'm just trying to be logical about this, boss. You really are something. It might actually be nice having you around. Why, thank you. So, what exactly do we do? If these curses are connected to the Seven Mysteries, then the people who have the others should be all here in town. Right. If there's 7 of them, that means there are 6 more out there. And we have to stop them before they kill anyone with their curses. If we can, we should find and collect all the curse stones. But, boss, from what you said earlier, killing a curse bearer gets you closer to completing the rite of resurrection. Won't your life be in danger if they find out you're a curse bearer? Pretty much. We can't let that happen. Should we even be out here right now? Hiding would only be a waste of time. The mystery of the one-sided reed is associated with Ryogoku Bridge. I was hoping we'd be quick enough to run into the one-sided reed's curse bearer. No such luck, it seems. Well, if nothing else, maybe a word will spread that the cops are on the lookout and that people will behave. That's putting a lot of trust in whoever these other people are. But it's possible that the other curse bearers with the same idea will come here. Talk to anyone you see who seems suspicious. Ugh, that means someone who may have the power of a curse. Understood. In that case... Why don't I ask that guy who's been watching us the whole time? What do you know? There is someone there. Good luck. Oh. Hey, you there. Sorry to bother you, but I've got some questions. I'm with the police. Ah. Thanks for your cooperation. We'll be asking you a few things, Mr. Yutaro Namigaki. That's your name, correct? Yes. I don't mind answering your questions. You're a detective. Did something happen? Oh, right. Lots of things have been happening around here. Like people dying. If this were a normal case, I'd be fine letting him take the reins. But curses are involved here. I should take over. Okay, can't look around it. Boss, let's talk to this guy. Okay. So, what to make of this guy? The man identifies himself as Yutaro Namigaki, a 21-year-old college student. He was watching us so calmly. We need to be careful with this guy. So, what is it you were doing here? Ah, it must be the incident at the former Yasuda Gardens. The dead policeman? I can't imagine a detective would come all the way out here otherwise. Huh? Say, Mr. Detective. Have you ever heard of the Evergreen Beach? So, one of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo, right? Why do you ask? I was just looking for it. Actually, I was wondering if either of you knew anything about it. If it's the evergreen beach you're after, you'd be better off looking around the former Yasuda Gardens than here. Oh, you know a lot about this. But that's what I thought. Detectives, you have the curse stone of the evergreen beach, don't you? You... How did you know? Erio, you idiot. Well, that was much easier than expected. Oh crap, sorry. It was simple inference. I figured you would have taken the curse if you were just in the gardens. If you know that, then you must be a curse bearer yourself. I have no intentions of hiding anything. I plan to tell you from the start. Look. This is my curse stone. I believe it's called the Foot Washing Mansion. That's right, but are you sure about this? I'm not so rash that I'd kill someone as soon as I found out that they were a curse bearer. Not without talking to them first. You're the same, aren't you, detectives? You wouldn't use a curse on a normal person. Let's speak as equals, shall we? Oh, he was lying to us, okay. Boss. Sure, we'd rather resolve this amicably too. He really is a curse bearer. He may only be talking with us to try and activate his curse. I'll have to be wary of anything he asks me to do. I could tackle him and pin him to the ground, but that might have something to do with his curse. Any slip of the tongue could get us killed. I have to try and discern what activates his curse. Well, so, what do I do? Well, we know what activates his curse. So, just to be on the safe side, we'll go to audio, turn the voice volume all the way down. And that way we're safe. Though you're a curse bearer, so please be careful. Fortunately, I don't think he knows which one of us is the curse bearer yet. If we play things right, we should be okay. But before we talk, there's something I should tell you. This is my curse stone, the Evergreen Beach, just like you thought. What? Well, Boss, why would you tell him? As for how this curse works... Boss, are you having another senior moment? If you tell him that... It hangs to death anyone who would try to mislead me. So if you try to lie to me, the curse stone will let me know. I don't have to use it to tell, understand? Whoa, really? That's super useful. I see. Understood. That's a pretty useful power for a detective. Now then, let's talk. Damn, it seems I've lost the upper hand. No point for petty tricks then, I'll be honest with you. Oh, we could kill him right now. I'm not going to. So far, so good. There's someone I want to bring back, so I'd like your assistance in collecting soul dregs. Can't help you. Please, all you'd have to do is tell me who the other curse bearers are. Sorry, but as a police officer, I can't just look the other way and let you go. Please, if you help me, I'll let you two go as well. Is that a threat? No. It's your final warning. Ugh! My curse. The Foot Washing Mansion, actually. Tell you what. For the sake of achievements, we're going to put that back up. My curse. The Foot Washing Mansion. Did you really think you could escape it just by being careful? It didn't matter to me which one of you was the curse bearer. I'll be taking both your soul dregs anyway. Wait, Namigaki! The Foot Washing Mansion is a powerful curse, and so simple to activate. It's ready whenever I need it. There's no escape from the voice of my feet. Erio, get out of here, hurry! I'll find you later. What? Okay. Too late. Hear the voice of my curse echo. The voice of his curse echo? This voice! This is... We knew that was going to happen. And I'm assuming I'm going to get an achievement for it. There it is. Witness the death of Tetsuo Tsutsumi. My Maijo, you seem to have arrived at a less than favourable result. This is mere conjecture on my part, but I believe you may be aware of a way to escape Yutaro's curse. Fear not, you may make as many attempts as you please from the point Yutaro uses his curse. Very well. Okay, We do know how to deal with this, because we've already dealt with it once. Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Meow. We're good. My curse, the foot-washing mansion. Did you really think you could escape it just by being careful? It didn't matter to me which one of you was the curse bearer. I'll be taking both of your soul dregs anyway. Wait, Namigaki. The foot-washing mansion is a powerful curse and so simple to activate. It's ready whenever I need it. There is no escape from the voice of my feet. Ario, get out of here. Hurry, I'll find you later. What? Okay. Too late. Hear the voice of my curse echo. The voice of his cursed echo? What? Why isn't my curse echo working? Impossible. This has never happened. What's happening? I don't hear anything. Ario, now! Grab him! Right. Namagaki, get down! Yeah! Damn it! Boss, here. His curse stone. Good work. Give it to me. Oh, we've got the foot washing mansion. Okay, 2 curse stones. How fancy. Damn it! Why? What do you think, boss? Should we lock him up? I haven't even touched you. You can't consider that assault of a police officer. Let him go. All we need is the stone. How could this happen? My right of resurrection. Give it up. The right was too good to be true from the start. I don't know what happened to you, but you'd be better off mourning whoever you lost the right way. Now get out of here. Damn it. Okay, well, he's disarmed at least. That's something. Phew, that was a close one, huh, boss? We'd probably be dead if he'd activated his curse. Yeah, I'm not sure what, but something stopped his curse from... Boss, are you okay? Does having another curse stone hurt? Yeah, the curse from this one is flowing into me too. Oh no, oh wait, we need to reset the voice volume. There we go. Oh no. I saw what activates the curse of the foot-washing mansion, and the resentful memories bound to it. Ah, I see. I always thought this one was one of the stranger of the Seven Mysteries. Now I know why. This sure is something. What did you see? Let's save that for later. All you need to know for now is that it's a particularly powerful curse. We're lucky we took it from him quickly. Phew! Okay, let's have a look. The foot-washing mansion. Excellent. Cursed power. Kills by crushing one who hears the command wash. A resentful memory. She was an accomplished onmyoji. Alas, she did not use her talents for the good of the world or the people, but for her own selfish pursuit of beauty. After a fierce battle, the woman dragged herself through the streets. It was like something gnawed away at her body. Will I die? I've already obtained what I needed. As long as I have this. Suddenly, a terrible realization dawned on her. Her legs wouldn't move. She fell to the ground. What was happening? Surprised, she looked down. Her foot, once beautiful and delicate, had grown ulcerated and rotten. He got her. She was on the verge of death, covered in filth to boot. Crawling to a nearby house, her breath caught in her throat. The curious residents opened up, but recoiled from what they saw. My foot is so filthy! Someone, please, quickly! The woman expired while mumbling something unintelligible, and so ended the life of a woman consumed by evil. Okay, that was just a bit bizarre. Well, that makes 1 stone. Where do we go now? We'll visit all the places associated with the mysteries while it's still dark out. You mean we have to do that all over again? I hope they aren't all as aggressive as him, but people will do crazy things to bring back someone they love. It seems that the hatred of the cursed stones are imbued with... what? It seems that the hatred the cursed stones are imbued with makes people more willing to kill. Really? Then what about you, boss? I'm fine. I may not have any spirit sense, but I'm tough when it comes to this stuff. That's why they love me in paranormal affairs. So you are spiritually gifted after all. Alright, let's head to the next place. Alright, pretty good, pretty good. We are making moves. Yeah, alright, we'll continue the hunt for the curse bearers. The Hunt for the Curse Bearers Part 2, Tetsuo Tsutsumi, summary of previous events. Tsutsumi and Eryo decide to collect all the curse stones as soon as possible before they become the cause of unprecedented tragedy. The two obtain the foot-washing mansion from Yutaro Namagaki and head to their next destination. Alright, we're off. Midoricho Park. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 1 AM. Where are you going? Okay, just there? Fine. Midoricho Park. Excuse me, sorry to bother you, but we have some questions for you. Who's this guy? Have we met him before? I don't think so. Oh, it's Araishi. Okay. What? Are you with the police? I haven't done anything. Don't worry, this isn't an interrogation or anything, we just want to talk. You're Hideaki Araishi, right? The historian. We know who you are, so this won't take long. But since we saw you here, we'd like to ask you a couple of questions. Local history researcher Hideki Araishi. Let's have a look at him. Sex male, occupation local history researcher Kurseko, who knows? Hideki is a historian who works part-time as a curator at the local folk museum and as a teacher at Komagata. Oh, he works at Komagata High School. His recent publication on the Rite of Resurrection has caused a stir in occult circles. Hideki is the quintessential obsessive researcher. Despite being entirely unsuited for teaching, he had no choice but to take up a position at Komagata High School in order to make ends meet. While having a captive audience in his classes goes some way for satisfying his need for respect and recognition, his conceited nature makes him unpopular among the students. Lately, he's concerned that articles he contributed for purely monetary reasons have earned him a reputation as a researcher of the occult. But the surge of interest in the topic and the resulting volume of article requests he is receiving are undeniably tempting. Hideki is a regular at the Kurokikyo Cafe on Hokusai Street, where he can be found outside his work hours writing essays and manuscripts. His published books include A Study of the Unknown and An Introduction to Bando History. Oh, we've also got something on Yutaro Namagaki. Cool. Yutaro Namagaki, sex male, occupation university student, Kurseko, the foot-washing mansion, abandoned. It's because we've got it now. The young man encountered at Ryogoku Bridge. He didn't hide the fact that he was a curse bearer. His curse stone was later recovered by Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Yutaro is an elite student at a prestigious university. He lives off the generous allowance he receives from his parents, who are both prominent local figures. Although Yutaro has lived a charmed material life, emotional neglect at home has caused him to develop a spoiled, egotistical streak. The only kindness he knew growing up was from his family's maid, and he still fondly thinks of the plain rice with butter they used to enjoy together. Plain rice with butter. Interesting. Well, let's get it over with. I'm a busy man. Let's have a look at Jun. Questioning people like this can put unnecessary stress on them, depending on their position. This guy's pretty sharp. I'll have to play it safe, and only push him when I see an opening. We can't really look around much. There is a suspicious space here. Right, let's have a look at Hideki. From appearances, it's hard to imagine this small, bookish, well-spoken man being very dangerous. But in this day and age, you never know. I should be careful. Boss, let's ask Hideki some questions. Okay. What were you doing? Now, Mr. Araishi, what are you doing here this time of night? Doing research, of course. Day or night, information never sleeps. That's an admirable philosophy. You know, our research has been quite the talk of the town. What was it they were saying? You discovered something about some book? The Record of Fates. Ah, right, you found some kind of ritual in the Record of Fates. Wait, don't tell me you want to know how to carry out the Rite of Resurrection too. To be perfectly honest, I'm tired of people asking me about it all the time. None of you even care about the local history. You just come crawling out of the woodwork when something interesting comes up. Looks like a hidden nerve. If you think you can force me to tell you because you're a policeman, you're sorely mistaken. Hideki Araishi. He says he's a local historian, but supposedly he knows more about the Rite of Resurrection than anybody. The fact that he's here at this time of night, it's plenty possible he's a curse bearer. What were you doing? Was the research you were doing just now also related to the rite of resurrection? Well, yes, that's right. What exactly are you looking for? I have no reason to tell you that. You wouldn't understand anyway. What was the research you were doing now? Just, yes, that's right. Okay. About his research. Are you doing all this research so you can use the rite of resurrection yourself? You're a policeman. Do you really think people can be brought back to life? Everyone I meet. Pitiful. Huh? So you don't believe in the rite? Whether it's real or not has nothing to do with my research. Such things are better left to the occult freaks. Or so I thought. Things changed. It's become necessary for me to pursue the rite. So now, I pray that it is real. What changed? I'm sure you can imagine. The funds for my research. I receive a large amount of funding for seeking the rite of resurrection. And if I find it, I'll receive a sum so great that I'll never have to worry about money again. Oh, then that means someone is sponsoring your research, is that right? So what if they are? You have no idea how hard we work to secure funding for our research. I have no interest in teaching those children. Listen to me, I'll tell you one thing. Those experts you see writing provocative books or spouting nonsense on TV to try and get popular, all of them are just trying to get the money they need to do their research. With how popular the occult is, saying something even remotely spooky can lead to big money. Big money! What? But I bought your book. The pursuit of the unknown begins first and foremost with belief. I was so inspired by that bit. I do appreciate your patronage. Unfortunately, however, the occult is not my true interest. The fate of the unknown is to be destroyed by thorough research and deep consideration. No way. I can't believe it. You're surprisingly innocent. Okay, we did finish that off. It hasn't given it a tick. Maybe there's more to come with it. Then what kind of research do you want to be doing? I'm sure it wouldn't interest you, but to put it simply, the focus of my research is how historical accounts transform into folklore over the years, as they are passed down from generation to generation. What does that mean? Due to human bias, the account of any event is inevitably changed by the person communicating it. This is not necessarily done with ill intentions. It happens when someone tries to fill in the gaps in a story that lacks detail, or when something's left out or abridged because of the story's length, or when a story twists and shifts as it spread through oral tradition. Even when two stories are told about the same event, differences in culture or environment affect how it's told, changing its content. Silly little things can turn into terribly mysterious legends. My research is the study of how history, culture, and legend all influence each other. Huh, I see. Take the Seven Mysteries of Honjo, for example. Why are some of the mysteries seemingly about nothing particularly interesting? You'd think stories wouldn't last a decade, let alone hundreds of years. So why? Perhaps putting it that way piques your interest. I admit I'm curious. So that's what you've been researching all this time. Makes sense. As I said, it doesn't matter to me whether the rite exists or not. If people born in the Edo period believed that what was written in the Record of Fates was real, that's all I'm interested in. But I do have to be realistic. The research I'd like to do is unfortunately not very lucrative. That's why I need to take some risks. Okay, we finished that one. Let's talk about the Record of Fates. This Record of Fates, where did you get your hands on it? The storehouse of an old private residence in the city, just as the public was told. I'm unable to be more precise due to an agreement with my informant. Well, in that case, I think I might have a guess as to what it is you were looking for. What? Damn it, if you know about that, then... Calm down, no need to get so defensive. We'll show him the curse stone. We both want information, right? Why don't we have a nice, friendly chat? A curse stone? You're a curse bearer! A leaf. It's the evergreen beech, then. Yep, Will you show me yours? This is mine, the ever-burning lantern. Interesting. We'll reveal our curse details, because it seems to be pretty useful. I'll tell you this for free. The Evergreen Beach comes from a man who was hanged for spreading false rumours. But the accusations against him were unfounded, and he died cursing those who deceived him. Ah, so that is the resentful memory held within the Evergreen Beach. The memories of the Seven Mysteries are truly fascinating. If only I could collect them all. Do whatever you want, but you should know something. This stone of mine lets me curse anyone who tries to mislead me. What? But... So don't try and lie to me. I'll know. You would curse a citizen? And you call yourself an officer of the law? That all depends on you. I don't want to use it if I don't have to. What is it you want? The curse stones are dangerous. I'd like to confiscate yours. Excuse me? But my right! First, let me ask you one thing. You haven't used that curse, have you? No, of course I haven't, I swear. I see. Good. Now, why don't you hand over that stone? Unless you'd rather try using it on me instead? Damn you. I won't give it to you. If I were to say that, what would happen? Would it be a crime? The police are aware how dangerous the stones are. I could arrest you under Article 1, Section 2 of the Minor Offences Act. Or you hand it over and all you lose is your secret ability. Think of what would happen if all your research if you were arrested. Fine. You can have the stone. Here. Nice. We're up to 3. Let's have a look at the ever-burning lantern. Cursed power kills by disembowelment one who finds themselves trapped in the darkness of the curse echo. Oh, he's the darkness guy. Oh, okay. A resentful memory. When Honjo was filled with samurai residences, the spies of the shogunate lived amongst the town people to keep an eye on things. The soba cart on South Warigesari Street served as one of their outposts. They would communicate to each other in code by turning the lantern on or off. Tonight at 4 a.m. meant that someone would be having the last soba of their life, and that their belly would be sliced open the next night. An unfortunate incident occurred in which a man attacked a woman in a bout of fury. He regretted it deeply, even declining to invoke the right to defend his honor, but the deed was done. Still, he could not accept it. His rage at having been used by his daimyo boiled over, turning into a grudge he would never forget. Nearby he saw a lantern quietly glowing in the night, and when the 6th bell rang, the man cut his own stomach open. Since then, the lantern could be seen alight before the soba cart had opened, and would flicker out suddenly, even when there was no wind blowing. As this unsettling phenomenon continued, the rumours surrounding it grew, and soon all were convinced that it was the man who cut open his stomach visiting from the beyond. Good choice. I look forward to seeing how your research pans out. Oh, right. Would you tell us everything you know about what's been going on? If you help us out, we'll give you all the information we've gotten to solve the case. After we solve the case. What do you say? In that case, will you tell me about all the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries? I believe they are key to the secret hidden in the record of fates. Sure, why not? I'll learn about them as I collect the curse stones. But thanks to you, we've learned a lot from him. I wonder, the mysteries and rite are all public information. He kept everything he knows about the other curse bearers and the source of the curse here hidden. I was hoping he'd at least give us a clue about how to beat these curses. Oh, I see. Then we should be more aggressive next time. Really make them spit it out. And by we, I mean you. I'm guessing he wants to save this curse. He wouldn't have told us everything, no matter what we asked. I'm guessing he wants to save this curse. Wait. Hold on. What's going on? Sure. What's that? Thanks to you, we've learned a lot from him. I wonder, the mysterious and right are all public information. He kept everything he knows about the other curse bearers and the source of the curse here hidden. Okay, I was hoping he'd at least give us a clue about how to beat these curses. Okay. Guessing he wants to save this curse. He wouldn't have told us anything, no matter what we asked. Okay, well, fair enough then. But now we know where he hangs out, so we can always send someone for him if need be. Right, got it. I was surprised to hear there are actually 9 of the 7 mysteries, though. Yeah, that's 2 extra curse bearers we need to find. We've confiscated 2, so there are 6 more. They could be anywhere in this town. We have to find them fast, or they may start using the curses. No, I think we're already too late. Huh? I didn't tell you this, but there were some soul dregs in Namigaki's curse stone. Really? Then he already killed someone with it. It's not much, so it probably wasn't a curse bearer. Shit. Well, we know who did it. We can make arrangements to take him into custody. We'll have Paranormal Affairs pick him up tomorrow. For now, we continue our search. Right, on to the next place. We just have to cross them off the list one by one. Oh, but boss? Hmm? Good to know we can use the Minor Offences Act to arrest people with curse stones. But why didn't we do that with Namigaki? If we could do that, there'd be no need for Paranormal Affairs. What grounds would Normal Detective have to put him under arrest? Oh, right. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Alright, the search continues, and we can't get here yet. Interesting. Okay. So I think we need to go back to the escape from Komagata High School and accuse the janitor of being the guy who killed her classmate. But I tell you what, I'm going to do that in just a moment. Because for now, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. Stick around, I'll see you soon. Oh no, what happened here? What has happened? Hold on, hold on. Something weird has happened. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Where's... Stream intro, yeah, that's it, yeah, okay. So why is this not... Oh, do I need to restart? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Hold on. Right. Yes, I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Please do stick around. and I'm an idiot because I forgot to put the music on for the pause screen. So apologies for that. But we are back, and we shall continue. And we are going to go to this part. We're going to resume, and we're going to start from after leaving the classroom and getting to this guy. Yeah, I'm sorry. We'll apologize. Oh, right. Mr. Jonouchi was actually looking for you inside the main building. Was that? He's here right now? What's he thinking? Well, I don't know. He was in Class 3B on the second floor just a bit ago. Well, I suppose that means I can't be looking up yet. Second floor, you said? I'll go take a peek. Back in a jiff. My house is really close by. I'll be fine on my own. Really? That's so. Ah, the snack shop, right? Suppose you'll be fine then. Be careful now, you hear? Stay on the big, well-lit streets. If something happens, shout fire. Okay, you worry too much. Well, we wouldn't want to be losing any more students. No, I imagine you'd know better than... you'd know that better than anyone. Yes, you're right. Okay, I think that was the extra thing that we could do to move on the story. It wasn't anything to do with accusing him of being the murderer, but hey, there we go. Komagata High School front gates. Mio's late. I've been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, and there's no sign of her. Huh? There's someone coming down the road. That's... Oh no, a teacher. It's Mr. Araishi. He looks on edge. I wonder what he's doing. Wait, he's the one who discovered the rite of resurrection. It wouldn't be strange for him to be involved with the curses. I wonder if he has a curse stone. What do I do? But it's way past the 10 minutes Mio said she'd be here by. I managed to escape. I can't let that go to waste. Need to get out of here before anyone sees me. Yako Sakazaki, 2 AM. Yako's home. Ah, I'm home. Thank goodness. I don't think the walk has ever felt so long. Nobody will be able to use their curse once it's light outside. I need to go look for Mio as soon as it's morning. But for now, I need some rest. Okay, we completed the Yako branch of chapter 1. Okay, right, fine. I guess this is the only other part that we can go to. So we'll resume from the conversation on the bridge. So, what next? The big question now is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Sumida River is a good distance from any of the Seven Mysteries. It's unlikely the other curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think. I see. All right. Excuse me. It's been a while since someone spooked me like that. That girl gives me the creeps. What's her deal? Oh, it's her. Let's find out what her deal is. Where did she come from? It's like she appeared out of nowhere. Ah! I didn't mean to startle you. I'm terribly sorry if I've gotten the wrong people, but would you happen to be curse bearers? Curse bearers? What's that then? It means someone who's gathering souls for the rite of resurrection. You've heard of the rite of resurrection, haven't you? Everyone's talking about it. Colour me intrigued. Care to tell me more, Miss... What was your name again? Oh, silly me. I'm Ayame Tono. University student Ayame Tono. Okay, can we... We can look at Richter. He's hiding it well, but I can sense that he's got his guard up. Could there be more to this girl than meets the eye? I should ask her what her deal is. She says her name's Ayame. I guess she's around 20? She must be brave, walking around alone this late. Or maybe there's more to it. She certainly had no reservations telling us about the rite of resurrection. It'll be worth keeping an eye on her. She could be trouble. Alright. Guess we're talking to Ayame, then. There's more to the rite of resurrection than meets the eye, you see. So the best way to collect soul dregs is to kill the curse bearers. And that's about the size of it. I hope it wasn't too much to follow. No, I think we got the gist. Funny old world we live in, huh? So, are you saying you're one of these curse bearers? No, well, not quite. It's complicated. I'm not, but Yutaro is. Yutaro? Is that your boyfriend? Oh, heavens no, just a friend. His full name is Yutaro Namagaki. We're, I suppose you could say, partners in crime? Funny way of putting it. Let's talk about Yutaro Namagaki then. So where is this Yutaro right now? Well, about that, he's not actually a curse bearer anymore. He's more like a former curse bearer. Former? How so? I don't really know the details myself, but apparently he's lost his curse stone. Typical, right? He makes such a show of being a top student only to flunk where it counts. So now I'm out here looking for the curse bearers myself. If you want something done right... Ah, that must be it. She must be half of the young couple Richter mentioned. But she isn't a curse bearer herself, and her friend has lost his curse stone. Neither of them will be of use to me. He lost it? How'd he do that? I wasn't with him at the time, so I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that he came back saying he didn't have it anymore. Although, well... It's strange that you'd probe into that, of all things. I'm just the curious sort, that's all. Sorry if it's a touchy subject. Oh, I don't mind. I don't particularly care about keeping it a secret. Yutaro can be a little irrational sometimes, so I have to keep a level head on my shoulders. So anyway, mind if I ask you mind if I ask why you thought I was a curse bearer? Oh, that? Oh, I'm terribly sorry, I was so rude. I saw the two of you out late at night, and I suppose I made assumptions. Gotcha. Sorry if we gave you the wrong idea. Out of interest, what was your plan if we did turn out to be curse bearers? Great question. And the answer is, I was going to ask you very nicely for your curse stones. And you thought we'd have given them to you just like that? Well, maybe not, but you know what they say. You never know until you ask. You must really love your boyfriend if you're willing to try something that risky. Oh, goodness no, we're just friends. My life doesn't revolve around him, you know. Anyway, you aren't curse bearers, so I'm just bothering you, aren't I? Please ignore me. So, what are you trying to do with this rite of resurrection? Well, Yutaro has his own plan all laid out. I don't know if I can get behind it, though. It seems... how do I put it? Self-centered? I mean, if you've got a chance to resurrect the dead, it would be a waste not to use it on someone that really matters, right? So I was planning to steal his curse stone at the last second and use it for myself. Well, until he lost it anyway. Oh, but don't tell Yutaro I was going to do that, okay? I don't think he'd be happy to hear it. Of course, keeping secrets is my business. My, aren't you dashing? Sounds like you really have your heart set on this rite. What were you hoping to use it on? Do you promise you won't laugh? Cross my heart. Well then, let me tell you my master plan. Prepare to be amazed. Ahem. I'm an art student, you see. Woodblock prints are my specialty. Ukiyo-e in particular. Ukiyo-e, huh? You must be a cultured lady. Really? Do you think so? Everybody says it's a strange interest for a girl to have. You know, people often think of ukiyo-e as some inaccessible high-class art form, but that's actually totally untrue. Back in the Edo period, it was the art for the masses, amusement for the common people. So when you think about it, we feel exactly the same thrills from every brushstroke as they did back then. Isn't that fascinating? Huh. Yeah, I guess. And as far as I'm concerned, the undisputed king of ukiyo-e is the one and only Hokusai. Have you heard of him? Sure I have. He's famous. Didn't he live somewhere around here, back in the Edo period? That's right. You're just as knowledgeable as you look. His 36 views of Mount Fuji are so iconic. They're the only works of his most people know. But Hokusai was so much better than just mountains and waves. That's only a teeny tiny tip of a veritable iceberg of work. I've got to admit, I only really know him from those landscapes myself. Oh, don't worry about it. Anyone can learn. When Hokusai died at the age of 90, he left behind over 30,000 drawings. That's multiple drawings a day for 80 years. Amazing, right? So he kept on drawing right up until his old age, huh? Impressive. But even in his final years, he was never satisfied with his own work. His dying words were, "Should heaven afford me but 5 more years, I shall finally become a true artist." Even on his deathbed, he still thought he had more to learn. He was already the greatest painter and artist of his era. Who knows what he could have done with more time? Well, that's what I want to find out. Hold on. Are you saying... Besides, he always said he wanted to move out of 100 houses, but he only made it to 93. Isn't that just tragic? Oh no. Nuh-uh. No way this is going where I think it's going. Imagine the masterpieces he could create with modern techniques. I feel dizzy just thinking about it. You've got to be kidding me. So, if I understand correctly, you want to use the rite of resurrection to... That's right. I want to bring Hokusai back to life. Well, that's certainly a novel idea. That's what she'd use it on? What a waste. Sorry, just got a very important message that I need to respond to. Katsushika Hokusai. Painting by Katsushika Hokusai. 36 views of Mount Fuji, the Great Wave off Kanagawa. There's a very famous picture, and a very nice one. I really do like this picture. A master ukiyo-e artist, 1760 to 1849. Pardon me. Hokusai was active during the late Edo period, considered to be the golden age of ukiyo-e in Japan. Born in Honjo, Hokusai spent most of his life in the area now known as Sumida City. Among his most famous works are the 36 views of Mount Fuji and the Hokusai manga. Hokusai was a prolific artist from a young age and has left behind a wide variety of works, producing an estimated 30,000 pieces during his lifetime. Though the general popularity of ukiyo-e declined during the Meiji period, Hokusai remained a core figure at the center of the Japanisme movement, providing an inspiration for countless artists around the globe. Despite his fame, Hokusai himself was said to be rather indifferent to money or decorum, and lived a life that quite appropriately resembled that of the whimsical and otherworldly scenes often depicted in ukiyo-e. Though he went by many names, in his later years he took on the title of Gakyo Rojin Manji, or the Old Mad Painter. Hokusai lived to be 90 years old and never lost his passion for art. Wow. Good for Hokusai. Oh gosh, is that the time? I should be going. I need to get my hands on a curse bearer before daybreak. Sorry for flagging you down out of the blue like that. Best of luck. Yeah, you too, Ayame. Ayame Tono. Sex female, occupation university student, curse echo. Probably none. Probably, maybe. Who knows? She might get one. Ayame is a young woman working with Yutaro Namigaki. Her love of Katsushika Hokusai's ukiyo-e is so great that she wishes to resurrect him with the rite of resurrection. Ayame is a clever but calculating university student who only has the time for her own interests. She's making the best of a recent boom in the popularity of female university students, incited by their appearance across TV commercials and radio programs. Ayame is content to ride this trend so long as it allows her to get her hands on whatever she needs and wants in life. Recently, Ayame has figured out that older men will fall for her if she acts a little bit stupid. She was approached by Yutaro Namigaki in town, and although she was not attracted to him, agreed to date him because his family seemed rich. However, she does not think much of him as a human being, and is beginning to grow bored of their relationship. So they are dating, okay. Well, there goes trouble. If we're going after curse stones, we should keep an eye on her. 2 if we can. Why'd you say that? Before she left, she wished us the best of luck. She's got at least an inkling that we're curse bearers. My. There's a good chance we'll clash sooner or later. We're after the same thing, after all. You head on back to the mansion, ma'am. I'll tail her for a while. Okay, we can continue her story. We're getting through this. No more curses. No more curses, Harue Shigima. A summary of previous events. Harue has received multiple reports about other suspected curse bearers. Although concerned about Ayame Tono, who is apparently also after the curse stones, she entrusts Richter to continue his investigation. Harue Shigima, 3 a.m. Shigima Mansion. Yeah, okay. Back here again. I left Richter to continue looking for his curse bearers, and came home alone. I can hear the wind rustling in the trees. Oh! Mockingbird number 5. Hell yeah. Approach the net. Bottom shelf surrounded by darkness. Jackpot. The Ostracizer! Oh, look at that guy! He's awesome! Look up at the first house among the morning green before hearing the history in the right garden if you won the lottery. Wait until you feel like yourself again. Detectives and private eyes. A ring telephone booth. The excited detective. Waiting at the entrance in a park where sparrows sing. Waiting at the intersection. On a bridge pillar at night. A unique looking playground. Revisiting the park at night. Okay, cool. Okay, well, we found the ostracizer. Will this really be enough to gather the soul dregs I need? What if nobody uses any more curses? I'll lose my chance to bring him back. Oh, I didn't mean to look. I want to look at the mansion, not the entrance. The old Shigima mansion. We rebuilt it here after the Great Kanto earthquake. It's always stayed the same, all these years. Even the war didn't touch it. I never liked it growing up. I always wanted to live somewhere more modern. Ooh, Shigima residence. Once a warrior clan with a mansion in Honjo, now a dynasty of police officials, the Shigima family is one of considerable repute. The family estate was originally located some distance from the city, but the Great Kanto earthquake of 1923 forced them to rebuild in a new location. The Shigima mansion was at one time a bustling place where members of the social elite mingled. 1 year ago, however, the head of the household was struck with sudden melancholy, and ever since their mansion has stood silent as the grave. Pardon me. Alright, now we can go in the entrance. Let's go inside. Alright. We've got Yako Sakazaki is back home. Harue Shigima is back home. Shogo Okie is almost certainly dead. Tetsuo Tsutsumi... Well, let's find out. A threatening phone call. Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Summary of previous events. After persuading Araishi, the curse bearer of the ever-burning lantern, to give up his stone, Tsutsumi and Erio have obtained 3 curse stones in total. They continue their investigation of the town in search of the remaining curse bearers. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 4 a.m. Road. Just in a road. Well, with this, we'll have visited every place connected to the Seven Mysteries. This is the last spot, huh? And we've got nothing to show for it. Even though every last location looked suspect from top to bottom. Maybe we came at the wrong time. There might not have been any curse bearers around. Sounds like we'll need to do another round before morning comes then. Or maybe. Someone's been observing our movements. What? No way! Just a thought. Either way, we should check out this last place. Let's hope we finally get a lead. Kinshibori Park. Oh, a lot has gone on in Kinshibori Park. Let me tell you. Oh yeah, there he is. Very dead. Whoa, 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 what the hell is this? Is he dead? Damn it, we were too late. Was this a curse too? Hang on, I'm going to call this in. I'll leave it to you. I'm going to take a look around. Boss, bad news. What is it? Another mysterious death was reported in the area just now. The medical unit and forensics teams are on their way, but it'll be a while before they arrive. Ah, that is bad news. So they got someone else. You think this is the work of a curse bearer? With suspicious deaths popping up one after another, we have to assume it is. Shit. Guess we'll be stuck waiting around for a while. Alright, let's have a little... Oh, phone's ringing. Huh? Boss, that phone is ringing. He seems distracted by the phone. Boss, the phone. What about it? It's ringing. It sure is. Aren't you going to pick it up? Huh? Why would I? Why wouldn't you? It's super suspicious. He's not wrong. I checked the surroundings earlier. There were no signs of a curse bearer or any other curse echoes around. The ringing of the phone is the only sound cutting through the quiet park. I'm just looking for bird stickers. I'm not seeing any. And it doesn't want me to have a look at this. That's not anything, no. Alright, I don't see any bird stickers. I guess we're going to look at the telephone booth. Well, we better go check it out. You're right, but be careful. It could be a curse. Hey, I said we. You expect me to go alone? You're the one who's tough against this stuff. Don't worry, boss. You can do it. Go on now. Damn it. Hello, Kinshibori Park Police phone booth. Evening, Detective Tsutsumi. How are things looking out there? Who is this? Wahahaha! I finally got him! The real deal! Detective Tetsuo Tsutsumi himself! Ah, wait. That's Chief Inspector Tsutsumi now, isn't it? You've come a long way since we last met. I asked you to identify yourself. Man, have you forgotten already? After all the time we spent together? What a time that was. As I recall, I gave you quite the runaround. Wait, is this... Fumichika Najima? What? Did you say Fumichika Najima? Like the one from the Najima murders? Ding ding ding, you got it! I had a feeling that the great Chief Tsutsumi would remember me. I spent 20 long years in a cell thanks to you. That shit was not easy. You should be thanking me. Should have given you plenty of time to think and atone for your sins. That did it! I've repented. My conscience is clean as a whistle. Bullshit. 20 years in prison doesn't even begin to make up for the shit you did. I don't know about that. After all, the justice system was gracious enough to grant me parole. What? If this is the real Fumichika Najima, he must still have a grudge against me for arresting him. So there's this payback? Damn it. What's your goal? Now, you gotta understand. I've repented, seen the light. I've been a good boy since I was granted parole. I even got myself a job. I've been real serious about walking the right path. Well, that's very nice. Keep it up. But it was no good. When the opportunity arose, it was impossible to hold myself back. I knew I had to give you a little token of thanks, or I'd never truly be able to have a fresh start. Do you get what I'm saying? No thanks. I don't need anything. No need to do all that for me. Just try to live a quiet life. Oh, it's no hassle? No hassle at all. It would be all too easy just to kill you, to tear you apart. But that wouldn't be very satisfying. Certainly not after 20 fucking years of waiting. That's a long time to nurture a grudge. You fucking bet it is. I let it gnaw at me, grow inside of me. I thought of nothing else. All that time I played model prisoner, endured the harassment those asshole guards threw at me. And I did it all for you, Tsutsumi. So please, just accept my deepest and most sincere feelings. Sorry, but I'm afraid I don't feel the same way about you. Shut the fuck up! That attitude of yours is why I'm saving you for last. What are you planning? Whatever it is, bring it on. I'm not running away. I just told you I'm not coming for you yet. Pay attention when people talk, shithead. You see? This time, I want you on your knees, weeping in despair, begging me for mercy. No, I'm so sorry, dear Najima. Please forgive me. I won't do it again. Shut the fuck up! This is exactly why I've always hated you so fucking much. It was worth a shot. Did you really think that would sate me, asshole? You must be crazy. Well then, we're both crazy. We've got so much in common. We should be friends. Enjoy cracking your jokes while you still can. I'm going to kill everyone you care about, one by one, till there's no one left. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm a lone wolf. I don't have anyone like that in my life. Boss? What about me? Or, wait, are you just trying to protect me? There's not a single person you care about? I wonder what your sweet daughter would think if she would hear that. Don't you fucking dare, I'm warning you! Oh, very nice. This is more like it. She's living all on her own now, isn't she? Attending university and all? Such a good girl. Oh my. Don't tell me that she just happens to live here in Honjo. What? She does? No, forget it. This isn't funny, asshole. I'm gonna find you and make you pay. Ah, I love it. Keep going. I want to hear you lose your mind. It's music to my ears. Ha! Ha! Fuck you! I look forward to chopping up your precious daughter. It'll be just like old times. I won't let that happen. How do you know where I am? That's my favourite part! The sound of confusion in your voice. It's to die for. This is delicious. I can't get enough. I'm not telling you shit. Have fun racking your tiny little brain for it. I guess I could give you a little hint. Go on. Well, you see. I have the one-sided reed. Tsutsumi, you have the Evergreen Beach now. Najima, you're a curse bearer? You're using the power of the curse. Indeed, and what a peculiar curse it is. But that's where my hints end. God damn it, the curse echo couldn't have fallen into worse hands. Ah, one more thing we should discuss. In fact, it's the most important thing. I thought you were finally going to shut up. I'm already sick of you, so I'll pass. Oh, but you don't want to miss this. It's the main course. I could just go after your daughter, but something tells me you'd get bored. No, I'm good. You got me real fired up. You're in my head. Well done. But this is a gift tailor-made for you. I'm going to kill all the people you swore to protect. Every last person living here. You couldn't. Oh, but with this curse of mine I can. I'll give you until dusk. By then, I could probably get a couple hundred people or so. And it'll be all your fault. Oh, it must be so hard knowing how... so hard to know they'll all die because of you. So tragic. It must be tearing you apart. Don't fuck with me. There's no way an amateur like you could pull off a curse that strong. Unfortunately for you, I absolutely can. My curse stone is a particularly strong one. Which means I can have my fun without needing to hold back one bit. It's almost like the Feast of Shadows was cast just for me. You're surprisingly well informed about this. Who was it that tipped you off? Who knows? Then how about I kill myself first and ruin all your fun? What about that, asshole? Idiot. You think I'd call it off just because you were dead? There's no running away for you. I'll find you. I won't let you get away with this, Najima. You've got 12 hours. Do you really think your paltry little organization will be able to make a dent in my plans? Oh, the sacrifices made will be heavy. I can't wait to see you sobbing with regret. And I'll even have enough soul dregs to pull off the rite of resurrection. How splendid! Wait, Najima, you're after the... Anyway, see you around. Bye-bye now! This is getting juicy, and I love it. Boss! Ario, did you catch all that? Najima, what is he planning? Who knows? For now, we need to find him and get him into custody. Send the word to HQ. But the fact that the Seven Mysteries are wrapped up in this is going to make things tricky. You mean with Najima being a curse bearer? Just our luck, really. It couldn't have been a worse guy. Sounds like his curse will be able to kill a lot of people at once, and I'd like to avoid getting our investigators caught in the crossfire. We'll use them to find out where he is, but then we're going in alone. We should try to collect as many curse stones as we can before then. Let's hurry. Aye aye, boss. Later. It was reported that a total of 3 suspicious deaths were discovered that night. Najima's threats along with the curses were kept secret from the general public. However, the Honjo serial killings still made international headlines following the death of police officer Hajime Yoshimi. At Tsutsumi request, a large-scale investigation was launched into Fumichika Najima's whereabouts. Tsutsumi and Ario themselves spent the rest of the night looking for curse bearers in the area, but their search ended in vain. And with that, the curtain closed on that cursed night. 12 hours to sunset. Ooh. I am loving this game. Oh, we've got new things happening. Okay. Cool. What was this? Oh, that was the one where he is that the one? Hold on. No, this is the one where he gets the curse echoes. This is the one where he dies, but then he's dead here? I don't know. Anyway, not important. We might as well carry on with Tsutsumi and see what's going on here. Sorting things out. Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Summary of previous events. Hajime Yoshimi's death. Najima's threat of mass murder. The problems just pile up, putting the detective's goal of collecting all the curse stones in jeopardy. Tsutsumi leaves Ario to handle the investigation while he catches a quick break. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 9 AM. Kinshibori Park. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. Alright, let's have a look at our surroundings. Forensics has finished their investigation and the body is being carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place was really giving me the creeps last night, but it looks pretty normal now with the sun out. Okay, looking again, see if there's any stickers. We can't get a full look around, so I'm going to say no bird stickers. He's been up all night gathering information. Must be nice to be young and have that kind of energy, but I'm glad to have him on my side. Gave me a chance to rest up. Well, we've got ourselves quite the mess. Strange deaths popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking into Yoshimi and Najima. For now, we'd better start following up on the few leads we've got. I guess I'd better see what Ario's found out. Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks. The floor's yours. Yeah, let's start with the serial killings. Total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including this one in the park. So let's start with that one, the young man we found here. He's been identified as Shogo Okie, a 25 years old, regular all-office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned? In the middle of the park? That's not possible. It's got to be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of the Seven Mysteries too? The Whispering Canal. That's right, the Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between the canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Ario. You're starting to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamazawa. The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi. 29 years old, she was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well, yes. The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning, where is it? Foot washing mansion. Exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the Seven Mysteries. Then, is this Namagaki's doing? Shit, I knew he'd used it. Judging by the amount of solder eggs, the victim was just a regular person and not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the third victim, he was identified as Kohei Jonouchi, 32, a teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. A teacher dying at school. And not just any school. Komagata houses one of the Seven Mysteries. Oh god, which one is it? I don't remember. I do not remember. Let's have a look at our files, have a look at the Seven Mysteries. Got the Whispering Canal. Is it the Fool's Procession? Komagata High School. There we go. The Fool's Procession. Right, that's where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all three victims can be tied to the Seven Mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right, and Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the Seven Mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the Seven Mysteries? That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner, one who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Guess I better see what Ario's found out. Okay, well, we're still talking about the serial killings, I suppose. Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. But we can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I hadn't thought of that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news. Basically, we're safe during the daytime? Exactly. It's also likely why Najima gave us till dusk. Ah, he must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we've got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye aye, boss. Let's do this. Whoops. Oh, yep. Alright, the curse bearers. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namagaki had the foot washing mansion, and Hideaki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of their curse stones. And then there's Najima, who claims he has the one-sided reed. Yeah, that about sums that up. Okay, notes on known curse bearers. Fool's Possession, Yako Sakazaki. The Haunting Clappers, Haruo Shigima. Evergreen Beach, Tetsuo Tsutsumi. The Foot Washing Mansion was Yutaro Namagaki, now gone to Tetsuo Tsutsumi. The One-Sided Reed, Fumichika Najima. And the Everburning Lantern was Hideaki Araishi, now Tetsuo Tsutsumi. So the only people we don't know, the Taiko of Tsugaru, the Beckoning Light, and the Whispering Canal. Well, the Whispering Canal did belong to Shogo Okie, but he's obviously dead and somebody's taken it, so yeah, don't know where that went. We better figure out who the remaining 5 are, quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye aye, boss. Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Alright, let's talk about Hajime Yoshimi. I asked around Sumida's Community Safety Bureau where Yoshimi was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shiraishi. Ah, yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide. Looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some foul play, because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Huh, what was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide, but he thought there was more to it? Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle travelling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. So there's a chance it wasn't a suicide. But what a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite the grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly, so I asked the Traffic Bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics and the Traffic Bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community Safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now, but she could be a key witness. Can't we have Community Safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today. Ah, because of the teacher that died. That's right. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then. I got some information about Yoshimi's fiancée from the Community Safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But... oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community Safety hasn't been able to contact us since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at our house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? As Mayo Chizawa? Sex female, occupation beautician, curse echo? Maybe. Mayo is a beautician and the fiancé of Hajime Yoshimi, a police officer with the Sumida Police Department. Mayo's current whereabouts remain unknown. It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps? It's fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse. But Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years. You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. Oh, excuse me. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Najima. But, so far, we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work. About that, apparently he vacated at his last known address a week ago. You serious? So we have no idea where he lives. It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he lost track of Najima when he moved to a new place. Jeez, that's just sloppy. I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days, because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means that there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. So Najima got to fuck about unsupervised. God damn it. That asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse. Or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That'd explain why he so brazenly made contact. That asshole, he's mocking us. Well, for now the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. That's going to take way too long, we only have until dusk. Speaking of Najima, yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her in protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up. I don't have a contact info, alright? Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency, and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Najima do it? Former, eh? That cut steep. Yikes, sorry, it just kind of slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided read. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up? Ah, right. One of the more gruesome of the Seven Mysteries. As for Najima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if we've got any updates. And that's about it. Should we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Okuda, or Michio Shiraishi's house to find out more about her. There's a lot we need to do, but not a lot we can do. This ain't looking good. We're gonna run out of time if we don't do something. Gotta keep moving. Alright. I was gonna say, I think it's time to move, but I should have looked around. Okay, well, we've got things happening. Yeah, fancy sushi? Fancy sushi. Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Summary of previous events. With dusk fast approaching, they have no time to waste. With that in mind, Tsutsumi and Eryo direct their investigation toward Komagata High and the Shiraishi residence. Alright. It said it was first on the list, so let's go to Komagata High. It's getting awfully hot in here for 10:30. Love this music. Here we are, Komagata High. Classes are suspended for the day, so the students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. I'm also not seeing any bird stickers. The news of the dead teacher has also attracted a fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kinda tense with this many cops around. The school gate will stay locked while forensics inspects the scene of the incident. Looks like they're still busy. Let's talk to the person in charge later. Komagata High's gymnasium also serves as a polling place and evacuation center. A lot of the buildings around here are still made of wood, but this place looks safe and sturdy. Yoshimi also looked out for these students as a Sumida city officer. Juvenile delinquency has been a growing problem for years now. This school is no exception. Juvenile delinquency. The midpoint of the Showa era saw a marked increase in delinquency among young people. A wave of violent incidents targeting teachers as well as students, and often involving weapons, consumed by the nation's middle and high schools. Bosuzoku motorcycle gangs also enjoyed their heyday around this time. Japanese arrest rates reached historical peak during this period, and pompadoured Yankees and female sukeban delinquents became a common sight on the streets. This youth rebellion is often framed as a reaction to universal education policy or the pressure of highly competitive entrance exams, but its causes are likely manifold. Likely manifold, it says. But I think it's also manifold. Anyway, extending far beyond the deficiencies of the education system. Okay, well, cool. We got that. Yeah, I don't think there's anything to really look at here. Is there something on my shirt? Don't tell me I stink. This place isn't only connected to the case because the students were under Yoshimi's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the Fool's Procession, and of course where that teacher was killed. It seems a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? Oh right, speaking of schools. What is it? You said Paranormal Affairs can't help us right now, so why don't we get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of the people involved in the case lead back to this school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them with us. For a guy who questioned me on the legality of working with them, you sure seem eager to exploit underage labour. Hey, who said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young experts the opportunity to shine. When did you become such a smooth talker? Anyway, I'm afraid I don't know where they are. Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout the area. Okay, let's have a think. 9 AM, a perfectly reasonable time for students to be at school, and yet, I doubt this will be that simple. I wonder if there's anyone who could help us scout the area. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know what that was all about. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, 9 AM. Near the Shiraishi household. It seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go in alone. The houses are really crammed together in these narrow alleyways. Strangers like us walking through definitely stand out. It really feels like old Tokyo. Bird! Mockingbird number 6 discovered. And number 6 was Illegal Eagle. Alright, cool. So, the Shiraishi household. There's a chance that Michio didn't actually kill herself. It might be for the best that we didn't find her parents. It's quiet. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going. But it seems like everybody's decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents. Ario is checking the Shiraishi house at the end of the road. The street's real narrow. 2 big guys like us would stick out like a pair of sore thumbs. Okay. Yeah, I think we've got everything there is to get here. Alright, I'll go check out the house. Ario's off checking the Shiraishi household. I'll just wait until he gets back. So, the Shiraishi household. There's a chance that Michio didn't actually kill herself. It might be for the best we didn't find her parents. Okay. Well... Oh. He's back. Oh, you're back. No luck, boss. No one home? Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced in the windows, but there was no sign of activity inside either. And I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed into their mailbox. Okay. You cannot currently progress any further. Once the situation has changed, select resume to try again. Pressing suspend will return you to the story chart. Okay, well, we have reached the end of our rope, so such as it is. We're going to, because Yako's story is the most sort of behind in time, we'll go to see what Yako's up to. Hitomi's help, Yako Sakazaki. Summary of previous events. Bringing her friend back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Pay the price. Pay the price. Yako makes it home safely, but still isn't sure about how to proceed with her curse. She worries about Mio as the night passes. Yako Sakazaki, 8 AM. Yako's home. Oh, good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. Huh? You're up. Huh? It's morning? Are you okay? Can you remember your name? Duh, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Yes, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good. Seems like you're fully awake. Oh, Mio, thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. Oops, that's the right button. But in that situation, it's best that you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn that kind of stuff like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Huh. That sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like assistant, to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. Wow, that's amazing. So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student? Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Oh, you've got it rough then. But still, that really is amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at school. And why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. Oh, do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime and its power is diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yakko? Is it really so wrong, trying to bring Michio back? I mean... I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. That's what I believe, and what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yakko. I promise I won't use the curse, no matter what, but maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you, even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right. Thank you, Mio. Okay then, let's go. Candy Shop Senoya. An old-fashioned candy shop located on a street corner in Honjo. It has been in Yakko Sakazaki's family for 3 generations. On the weekends, you can spot Yakko watching over the store, cooking monjayaki, and playing traditional tops and card games with the local children. Though traditional candy shops are known for selling cheap treats for kids, it's not uncommon for these to be largely privately owned businesses to become something more like general stores, selling food, drinks, utensils, and many other daily necessities. Many families operate candy shops on the dirt ground floor of their home, known as a doma, with a space in the back where customers can eat monjayaki, as well as arcade games and capsule toy machines in the front. Such facilities make them attractive places for children to gather and play. However, the harsh reality is that the traditional candy shops, which thrived during the period of high economic growth when many confectionery manufacturers entered the market, are experiencing steady decline due to the rise of convenience stores and changes in children's interests and tastes. Alrighty then. Yakko Sakazaki, 8 AM. Oh, how is it so hot? Komagata High School, front gates. Huh? I thought it unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Jonouchi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. Why? Could it be? Because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Jonouchi's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curses. So you're saying someone used their curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary. Yeesh. So the curses really do kill people. And someone used it? Shh, keep your voice down, okay? What would happen if another curse bearer heard you? Yeep, sorry. Kohei Jonoichi, sex male, occupation high school teacher, curse echo, who knows? Kohei is an English teacher in the homeroom. The homeroom teacher, yeah, we've read all that already. I definitely remember it. His deceased body. He was seen alone with Hitomi Okuda in a classroom late at night by Yako and Mio. His deceased body was discovered in the school grounds at dawn. Okay. Kohei was an honor student. Yeah, no, we read all that. Okay, so that's just a little update there. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance? That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? You're right. That's unusual. Oh, but she was at school last night too. She must know something about Mr. Jonoichi. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, Mio, wait for me. Huh? So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at the school last night? No sense hiding it then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Yeah. Right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Exorcisms. Huh. So that's what it was. I do want to find out more about the exorcism. I'm going to go with that. Hitomi, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. There. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations. Even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over when possessed too? It's possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus? Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. Huh. There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense, or a deep connection with the person. But even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. But if that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you were choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Hence why there are lots of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host, the deeper the connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you, being possessed for so long, Hitomi. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them's your fault either. The same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I may pass. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up all of a sudden saying she was going to exorcise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably wouldn't knock your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand, no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. Huh, I guess that makes sense. Alright, we're getting on to Jonuchi's death. My face is so goddamn itchy! Did you hear about Mr. Jonuchi? Heard about it. I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole bite it on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you... It was almost dawn. Probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden. Ran out on the ground like something was chasing him, then screamed. Ah! Forgive me! Oh, sorry. Ah! Somebody help me! Forgive me, Michio! Or something like that, while he was running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else out in the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was. But just for a second, I think I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have all been nothing for sure, for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life. I was wrong, and I'll do anything! Then all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without having anything done to him? He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Jonouchi and killed him. Hell, if I know anything about that, I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Not like they believe such an insane story anyways. Right. But there must be at least one person in the police worth trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There was this one cop who was always on my case about stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah, this was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure that was hard enough for you. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Hey Mio, I've been thinking something. Hmm? The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Jonouchi died, it sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it was like she'd fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curses of the Seven Mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Okay, well, we're not gonna do it. Okay. Classroom last night. Hitomi, last night before you witnessed Mr. Jonouchi collapse, can I ask what you and he were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh, right, with everything that happened with Mr. Jonouchi. They'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him last night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all the shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, that piece of shit Jonouchi called me over here acting like he was going to attack me or something. What? How terrible! Whatever. I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one always acting like scum, if you ask me. Is that so? Could you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain. Where to start? What did you mean by Mr. Jonouchi acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michio Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed herself? Huh? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. And he was using it to blackmail her. Call her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted. What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved in. No way. That's... How? What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I have not known about this? Yako, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were a friend. Jonoichi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. No. How terrible. Hitomi, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him, asking what he was doing. Walked in on it? I couldn't just leave her alone looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around. But she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Of course, Jonoichi didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. He told me, if you knew about it, then why didn't you? You trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yako, there's no point in blaming Hitomi. Michio, why? Did you hear what this dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing us since about a year ago. For that long? The dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know? There must be some reason. Dunno, got nothing to do with me. So last night, how did it start? Ah, right. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple of days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy, but good at looking out for folks. So he was the only one I could talk to. Huh. So there was someone like that on the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age and that she was on my side. Must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi would always took me straight to that park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day he called me over there like usual. But something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor too. That was pretty unusual. A favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. He then told me he wanted to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Huh? Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had a special talisman or something. But apparently Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had? He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't even tell the police about? I know things at home were a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Jonoichi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio? Why is it that what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't just have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside it, there's just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it? But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass, I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that? Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was going to happen to him. Nakagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Hitomi. Yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. So last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had? Yeah. And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now. Come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's used it for secret meetings before. Yuck, I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So, yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night. But nothing he said made any sense. Like that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I had been the one, if I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Eep. Were you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Jonouchi was freaking out. Oh my gosh. Good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info on the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also when I saw Jonouchi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you're only here to look for Michio's talisman. I was dumb to fall for that creep Jonouchi's trap so easily. Could have gone a lot worse, but I looked out. Alright. Jonouchi's death then. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Jonouchi. She did have a reason to hate him after all. No way. You mean that really was her ghost? Like, for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them and act on those lingering regrets. Huh, wonder if that's what happened. Alright then, supposing what the spirit board said is true and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. And that's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure. Thank you, Tommy. Oh, if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right. I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk to you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up! You were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. And don't die out there, okay? Thanks. We'll be careful. Alright then. We got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Jonouchi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes. The curse echo who we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Jonouchi seem to be different. The people in the school at the time other than us were Mr. Jonouchi, Hitomi, and Old Man Ashimiya, who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person Hitomi saw. Hitomi saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's the one. Mr. Jonouchi is pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right. That's why I say there were multiple. Oh, right. The person who killed Mr. Jonouchi would have to be one too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or Old Man Ashimiya. Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Jonouchi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curses, given that he's the one doing the research on the rite of resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of Old Man Ashimiya and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find who's responsible for the Feast of Shadows, and that set this off, and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. Huh, that makes sense. In which case, what next we should do what exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try and look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. But the school's closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading to some place someone may know where he is. Where to go then? Oh, blimey. Here, maybe? I don't know. Yakasakazaki, 9 AM, Senoya. And so, Mio Kurisuzu and Yako Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Oh. Okay. I guess that was the end of that then. I don't know if that was the right choice or whether I can re-choose. Okay, so we can re-choose. We might go through these all another time. What happens if we go to Ryogoku Bridge, for example? Yakasakazaki, 9 AM, Ryogoku Bridge. And so, Mio Kurisuzu and Yako Sakazaki decide on the next location to investigate. Okay, well, I kind of feel like maybe we are just kind of stuck there for now until we know a little bit more about where he is. So we've got one more timeline that we can go through. One more Harue Shigima's story. But we're going to do that another time. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. It's been a pleasure. I tell you what, I should actually do a good old manual save. Oops. Nope. That one. Yeah, all good. Right, yeah, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you very much for watching. I will hopefully stream some more tomorrow, so come and check that out. Or you can go to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Clear the Backlog. Go check out all the other videos that we've got going on. But that's it for me for today. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye!